on your homework for tonight, it is only multiplying a 4-digit by a 1-digit number. So I want to go back, though, over yesterday's homework where you had a 3-digit times a 2-digit number, as we see here. And so what I want us to practice is the box method. So in order to do that, I'm going to change my colors over here. And I'm going to create a box. Ooh, I'm so sorry. It's not a very good box. Let me go back and fix that one. So, create a box. And in this box, I'm going to divide it into 3 sections. Why 3 sections is because I see in my number up here that I'm going to have to take that number apart, the value of each one of these numbers. And there's 3 digits. So this needs to go for that box, this needs to go for that box, and this has got to go for that box. Now, we know that it's multiplication. So in multiplication, they cross each other. So now I have to create lines that cross each other. Now, if you look at it, it has 2 digits in this next one. So I only need 1 line. And again, I'm sorry for the crookedness. So when you look at it, we now see that this is going to take up these boxes here, and the 93 is going to be placed on the side. But in order to do it, we're going to, remember, focus on the value. So I'm going to ask myself, how much is the 400 worth? And it's 400. So I'm going to write my 400 here. Then the next is, what is the 8? It's in the tens place. So it's 8 tens, which is 80. And then our last one is 2. And so we just fill it in on that. Now I'm going to change my colors over here on this side. And I'm going to do the same thing again, but I can't put 9 and 3 here because the value of the 9 is 90 and the value of the 3 is 3. So now what happens is when I do this, and I'm just going to show you real quickly, each box is going to be me multiplying times this, then me times this, and then me times this, and I fill them in the boxes. Then when I'm done with my 90s, I do the same thing with my 3s. So let's begin. So 9 times 4 is 36. So I would write 36 in here. And then I have to remember I have 1, 2, 3 zeros. I'm going to add 3 zeros in there. Oops, sorry. So next, I'm going to do 9 times 8, which is 72. And then I got to look at the zeros. I have 1, 2 zeros. So I put them over here. Then I do 9 times 2, which is 18, and I have to look for the zeros, and I have 1 0 here. Then I'm ready to do the next row. Now, I'm going to change out the color because we are on a different row, and I'm going to look at this, and I see that down here, I have 3 times 4, which would be 12. And then I have to see how many zeros I have involved, and I have 2 zeros. So I'm going to fill in my 2 zeros. Then 3 times 8 is 24. And then I got to look to see how many zeros again I have, and I have 1. And then 3 times 2 is 6. Now at this point, once I've done all of this, then I have to do one last step, and that is to add them. So I prefer getting lined paper and putting your lines and turning them sideways so that if you are having trouble with keeping your columns neat, it makes it really easy to keep the columns in there. So let's go ahead. We have 3, 6, 0, 0, 0. Then we're going to line up our 7, 2, 0, 0, our 180. We could add this at this point, or we could keep going. But I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to line up my 1, 2, oops, I just messed up. See how line paper would help me. 1, 2, 0, 0, and 2, 4, 0, and then 6. And then you're going to add it. So you look at the last column, and then this would come to 6. And I'm running out of space down here. I'm sorry. There we go, 6. Then 8 times 4 is 12. And carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8. And then 6 plus 7 is 13, plus 1 more is 14. Carry the 1, and then 1 plus 3 is 4. And we go back in and put our commas. 1, 2, 3, comma. Oh, I can't get the comma in there. Doesn't want to go. Well, the comma should go right here, and then it should say 44,826.